Today's topic is something I've been kind of wondering about, and it has to do with the street races in Mexico. Now, some of you watching this are probably saying, well, they street race in Mexico? Well, that's what I thought too when I first seen a video about 15 years ago of street racing in Mexico. And I thought there was street races being held in Mexico, and this was just simply videos of them. In the video, this particular video, there were cornfields and that type of thing. So it went along with the landscape of some of the areas that would look like Mexico. Now, I didn't realize until years later that this Mexico thing was actually not Mexico at all, and it was Mexico as a term used for a random top secret location for street racing, drag racing, roll racing, all that stuff. So just to give you, that's a little background on what Mexico is. Now, I've never understood the whole roll racing thing. This doesn't make any sense to me. To me, if your car can't go from point A to point B, what's the point? I mean, it's just not my thing. I don't get it. With that being said, that is not the type of racing that goes on around here. But what my question to everyone is, you can let me know in the comments. First, I want to say I am a huge fan of the no prep racing. I'm a huge fan of no prep. I think it's going to save drag racing, because with the lack of drag strips becoming an issue across the country, closing down, whatever, these races can be set up literally in a big parking lot if they need to be, as long as you have enough shutdown area, and a race can take place. It does not have to be at an actual drag strip, and it can be done legally and safely. Now, everyone knows the dangers of illegal street racing, late at night, drag racing, roll racing. It does not matter. It is dangerous. Most of the people that I see doing this have sense enough to know that where they're doing it is not going to hurt anyone but themselves if they have a mishap. And that's a good thing. But my biggest question is, how are y'all doing this without ending up in jail? I'm not going to go into much detail here because I want to protect the people that I know that's involved in this as well. I'm not going to use any names, not going to give out locations. But I'll just leave it at this. I live in the upstate of South Carolina. If you follow my YouTube channel, you already know that. I'm a big drag racing fan. I have a race car myself that I run periodically. Not very often, but it's fun to take it out every now and again. The no prep thing is somewhat of an interest to me even now with that car, because I can play with it on the road, and if I roll out and hit it, it goes. With the radial tires, it hooks and goes. It would be fun in a no prep event, as long as I ain't lined up beside some idiot that has a 4-second car and I've got a 7-second car and an 8th mile. So, but anyway, I just kind of want to touch on that that it is kind of an interest that, if they have like a 7-8 second 8th mile category, it'd be kind of fun. But that ain't what this video is about. But again, I am a big fan of no prep stuff, along with the gasser racing, 4 speeds, all that good stuff. Huge fan of that stuff. One's on prep, one's on no prep, but they're all fun. It's fun to watch. With that being said, there was an event held here a while back, and this guy has held many events at the local tracks and no prep type stuff. And I posted, he had an event that was obviously in the Mexico vicinity of this area, and it was not a closed course. It was an actual old school, line them up in the middle of the night and go at it race in Mexico. Again, Mexico. I shared some of the videos on my social media. I thought the videos that I saw were neat. I shared those. I also shared and put a comment with one of the posts that said, how is this being done without y'all getting caught and going to jail, or something to that effect, or getting caught? The only response to my post was an emoji that went like this. I get it. You don't want to release publicly on social media how you're getting away with this. I totally understand that. I didn't expect to get a response or an answer how they're doing this. But what I want you to know, here on this YouTube forum where it's pretty private, you can create another username if you want. What I want to know in the comments, I ask you to share this video. Again, I'm not condemning what you're doing at all, because I think closing down tracks and stuff, you know, y'all bringing it on yourself, the state, government, and all that. Most of y'all are doing this in a safe environment where, again, you're not going to hit anyone head on. You know, if there's anything bad happens, it's going to be you or the person you're racing. It's not going to be someone innocent. And from the areas that I've saw, you're not got a bunch of idiots standing along the side that you can get run over. That's another thing that out at some of these bigger events, you know, you take a minimal amount of people and y'all do it really smart. And that's the way it should be done. But if it were me out there doing that, I feel like I'd get caught first time I tried. So what I want to know is how y'all are doing this and not going to jail. Again, this is being done late at night on back roads in the country. In this area, it's been going on now for a while. One particular location was on the state line over the water. They did that down there 5 or 6 years back. I think the black marks is actually still on that bridge. It's not really a secret when you're doing it on a bridge, when the evidence is right there. You can actually pull that up on Google Maps. So that's the only place kind of give any detail on. There's also a lot of other areas that I've been told about by older friends of mine that they used to race. A few of those would be Dacres Crossing and Denver Downs and Richard Campbell. Richard Campbell's near the Veterans Nursing Home here. They actually had a finish line across the road down there at one point in time. But these are all old locations. All that went on back in the day, back in the good old days, so to speak. There was also another location actually real close to here. David McDowell used to take and test his car out to get it ready for the track that weekend. It's kind of cool, but you know, all this stuff I'm talking about, naming off, that's years ago. They don't race these locations no more. Cars are way too powerful for these locations. Way too fast now. But hearing about old locations like that is fun. It's fun to sit around and talk about. But this whole no prep thing's bringing a big old, kind of bringing all this back to the forefront. Now, again, one more time. How are you doing this without getting away with it? With getting away with it, how are you doing this? Do you have friends that's cops? Do you have friends that's state troopers? I just want to know. I'm curious. I'm not the one that's trying to be the rat or anything like that. Again, I'm not condemning what you're doing at all. I enjoy seeing the videos. I watch the videos all the time on the internet. I find it fascinating. I don't care to participate for many reasons, but I find it fascinating. And actually, I would like to actually go and view. I did ride out one time and see a couple of cars run a couple times, but they were just real slow cars. But even then, you kind of had an adrenaline rush that you know you're doing something that you get in trouble just for being there. So anyway, with that being said, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what y'all are doing. I know how you're doing it to be safe, but I want to know how you're doing it and staying out of jail. Because getting caught doing this, you're going to jail. More than likely. Car impounded, fines, all that good stuff. So anyway, let me know how it's being done late at night on the street and y'all staying out of trouble. Do you have friends in high places? If so, I'm looking forward to hearing your comments. With that being said, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Share my videos, like, turn the notification bell on. Channel's grown very well this year. And again, Keep up the no prep stuff. I love it. I've been to several events. It is an absolute blast.